Around 2 years ago, I would make out a task list for tasks to do for my business, and then I would do none of them. I would keep on procrastinating. I would tell myself, oh yeah, I'm gonna get these tasks done, but I never would. When I would sit down to work, I would just quit after 5 minutes. This whole cycle repeated for years, but it stopped after I took care of the 7 things I'm gonna talk about in this video. But before I tell you about those, I want to tell you about the Muslim Productivity Academy, where you get the chance to get my personal one-on-one help to overcome procrastination and become more productive without sacrificing your deen. If that's something you're interested in, go click the first link in the description. Now, the reason it's so easy for you to procrastinate is, well, you lack goals and passion over your work. You don't actually have a reason for you to work. That's why it's so easy for you to just go and procrastinate. The thing is, for you to actually be consistently productive and get work done and move away from procrastination, you need a why. You need a reason to do the work. Some smart guy said, he who has a why can bear any how. And you need a why. You need to set goals and focus on achieving them. It's also important to make these goals purposeful and give them some meaning. So it's easier for you to obsess over them and chase these goals. And you give yourself an important reason to actually sit down and do the work rather than just scrolling on your phone. Another thing is, you probably slack on your deen like I did. Inconsistency in deen leads to inconsistency everywhere else. I used to think that, my deen isn't linked with productivity, like me procrastinating has nothing to do with deen, but it really did. When you optimize your deen, everything else in your life is optimized as well, and you can start making progress there. You can stop procrastinating and be productive. So please do not be like me. So please do not be like me and slack on your deen, thinking that, you're saving time on deen and you'll be more productive. Not only do you lose out on the akhirah side of things, of course, but you also keep procrastinating, stay in these ruts, and you are not productive. There are also so many distractions in your life that are taking time away from your work and that are giving you a reason to procrastinate in the first place. Social media and your phone in general is one of the biggest ones, or any other source of entertainment you have in your life. Netflix, literally you might be procrastinating using this video, but you need to remove these distractions. That might even just be stop watching my videos after you've gained the knowledge. So you actually give yourself space and time to do the work, to make progress onto your goals. Your family and your friends can also be a form of distractions. They might come in while you're working, or they might get you to go out for food or whatever and take you away from your goals. So you have to make sure that you do not let these distractions come into your life and take you away from your work, and they are a source of procrastination for you. You also might find that your work is boring, because I used to come sit down at my table trying to do some work and think it was so boring that I'd rather do anything else, and like, why am I even doing this? What a reason for that was I lacked goals and a purpose, but also because it kind of was like the work was genuinely boring. There were other fun things to do in my life, and that's what the problem was. That I lived a stimulated life, that I had my phone, I had all these other stuff. I even had like nice tasty foods that released all these nice hormones in me, that when I came and sat down to do my work, it was just so boring compared to the rest of my life. Again, that I would rather do anything else. And you have to learn to enjoy your work, and removing the fun things in your life, like the distractions like social media, like Netflix, that are actually taking you away from your goals, and they are actually a reason you procrastinate. When you remove these fun things in your life for a certain period of time, you will see that you actually start enjoying your work more, that your work becomes this form of stimulation, and that even like your work is a source of fulfillment and enjoyment for you. So when you remove these things from your life, your work becomes less boring. You also don't know how to be productive. You don't have the right routines and processes in place for you to actually sit down and get the work done. Having a specific routine you can follow and execute daily allows you to stay away from procrastination, and it also saves you when you're going down to these ruts, when you're about to procrastinate. Having a routine that you follow consistently can save you from that. You also need to do deep work, which is basically, rather than doing all these I don't even know, the 25 minutes on, the 5 minutes off technique or whatever, you need to sit down and do the work for 60, 90, 120 minutes, maybe even 2 hours. Just sit there completely focused for doing the task at hand, completing your work, and then getting up. This will allow you to actually get more work done in that 2 hour time period than you would in like 6-8 hours, because you get into a flow state where you just run with your work and you can start making insane amounts of progress in your work tasks. Also, fix up your diet. Eating too many carbs just gives you brain fog, and it literally makes you retarded and lethargic and all of this stuff. If you can just eat less carbs, especially around the times you're working, but something that's even better than that, and when you do it, you don't have to really worry about your diet too much, is just fasting. If you fast like early in the morning, even like lunchtime, you will see that you are so much more focused during those times and you can get so much more done. And when you're fasted, it's easier for you to get the deep work done as well. So let's go deeper into routine. The best routine for Muslims is to wake up after Fajr and get straight to work. You will be genuinely shocked at how much you'll be able to accomplish with this. Just plan out your day as much as you can from morning to nighttime and follow it out. Wake up for Fajr, do the work tasks, plan out what work you're gonna do, write it down maybe, and then just execute on that and try to execute it as best as you can. And obviously through the day, there's gonna be some form of distractions and you have to let go of your plan and just try to be consistent with one routine. Because again, it stops you from falling into these traps of procrastination, but it also gives you something to look forward to every day, and you know what to do, and you're not just sitting there like, oh, what can I do right now? Oh, let me just go on my phone, and you end up 6 hours on your phone that day. You might find this one really weird. It's that you don't control your mind. Like, how did you end up on this video? Like, what actions did you physically take or mentally take for you to end up on this video? There's a chance that you didn't consciously go and said they're like, oh, I'm gonna watch this video, I'm gonna do this thing. But you just randomly ended up here, and you will see this in a lot of other areas in your life, specifically when your phone is in the context. Like, you'll just randomly be on your phone on some apps and it's been like 30 minutes, an hour, and you don't even know what you're doing here. You also get random thoughts throughout the day and they take you away from your focus, from your work. Maybe you're sitting down and you get some random thought and you spend 10 minutes just thinking about that thought. Well, you need to stop that from happening, and the way we do that is to literally bring back our attention and our focus on the task at hand so we can get it done and we can move on with our day. If you are able to do these 7 things, you will genuinely procrastinate a lot less and you will be able to become more and more productive. I want to thank you for your time. If you watched this far in the video, go check out the link in the description if you haven't already, or else go watch the video on your screen. Thank you. Bye.